What's going on? YouTube Team G Sale back with another pickup video. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This video is going to be the 300 giveaway. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I've put all of the names into the randomizer on random.org, and I will be selecting a winner, and the winner will be contacted by me. And that person will get to choose between the Pokemon Platinum package, the Final Fantasy package, or the Drakengard package. It seemed pretty overwhelming that most people wanted Pokemon, but there were a few people who wanted the other one. So stay tuned to the end of the video, and I will be announcing the winner of said video. If you haven't already, guys, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be working my way towards 400 subscribers now. I'm already at about 325, so I'm getting pretty close. And hit that like button to show some support. Comment below on anything you'd like to talk about, anything in my video you find interesting, or just anything at all. I'd always get to chat with different people. Otherwise, guys, we're going to jump right into today's pickups, starting with non-video game pickups. This is kind of a mishmash week of different pickups. So the first one was a Value Village pickup. It's a big one, or sorry, an MCC pickup. Mennonite Christian Council? Mennonite? I can't remember what it actually stands for, but the price is right there. I don't know if I can get it in the screen. This is a huge box, $2.25, and this is a vintage Nerf lawn dart set.
Take aim with Nerf darts. 4 long flying ballistic missiles you hurl at the targets. Yeah! Darts! Comes complete with 4 darts and 2 targets. Don't you get it? It's Nerf or nothing.
Pretty cool. It's got some damage to the box, obviously, but for $2.25, I'll put it into my board game collection. Even though it's not technically a board game, vintage Nerf stuff is kind of cool. Okay, I found a VHS. It was on Kijiji. The guy was asking $5. I don't normally pay $5 for VHS cassettes, but I mean, for a Super Mario Bros. 3 one, I certainly will.
It is a legend no one will forget. Everyone thought King Koopa had left the Mushroom Kingdom, and then his doom ship attacked. King Koopa was back with the greatest danger ever known, his Koopa kids. Using their new superpowers, the Super Mario Brothers rescued Princess Toadstool and beat back the evil Koopa family. I'll get those flutters!
So I'll add this to my VHS collection. Got some books this week. Most of these were from Neil. He got these all at Value Village. They were considered kids' books, so they were $1 a piece. First one he got me was a Charlie Brown Christmas. And as everyone knows who's been following me, I love Peanuts. Anything. So awesome to find these. Play It Again, Charlie Brown. These are just going to be added to my Peanuts books collection. And finally, As You Like It, Charlie Brown. That's 7 books this week. There were a few more. These ones were also found by Neil, and there's quite a few of them here, actually. Let's see, 4 of them. The first one is the 12th Garfield Fat Cat 3-pack. This was a combination of 3 Garfield books, and again, he got these at Value Village, so they were $1 a piece. The next one he found me was Garfield's Bigger and Better. Again, for those who've been following my channel, you know I'm a Garfield fan, so these are just books that I like to get. And last but not least, Garfield Goes to Waste. And this one here is Garfield Hogs the Spotlight. This one was $1.99. I got this at my friend Graham's store, Primo's Collectibles, here in Winnipeg. Go check them out for all types of things, from gaming to wrestling to books. I made a trade with Graham this week, and I'll show what that trade was in a second. Okay. Also from Graham's store, we worked this into the trade. This was an Alf Mission to Mars book. I love Alf. Again, if you follow my channel, you'll know that. And this was part of the trade that I did with Graham. And that is pretty much... Nope, that's not it. Before I get to that big trade with Graham, $4.99 at Value Village. Did not have any more coupons. This is the Home Alone board game. This is a modern one. I have the vintage ones already. There was Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, but for $4, this game is actually sealed. So, yeah, can't complain there. And last but not least, for non-video game pickups, this was the trade I made with Graham. I happened to be in his store because Neil wanted to go there to look for a few different things. And I noticed he had 2 board games I really wanted, and I also noticed he sells CDs, and I had a whole bunch of CDs that I really don't need. I don't listen to them. Most of my music is streamed, so I brought in, I believe it was 42 CDs, and there's no way I paid any more than $1 for these CDs. Most of them were garage sale pickups for $0.25 or 50 cents, at most $1. I figured I probably had 20 bucks into all of them, and for that, he had this priced at $100, and it is worth that. So I got these for roughly $20 in CD trades. And this is a large Milton Bradley game. I'll try to get it in frame there, called Samurai Swords. It has hundreds of little pieces that I sat in his store for about half an hour and counted. But either way, thank you, Graham, for the trade, and again, check his store out, and added a pretty cool and pretty expensive board game to the collection. For non-video game pickups, guys, that's it this week. So, like we always do, let's jump into video game pickups. And there are quite a few. Some of them are trades, and that's where they came from. We'll start with some items over here. Now, this week, I did something I hadn't done in a while. I sold one of my collections. For financial reasons I'd rather not get into, we needed some extra cash, and I looked around my game room and thought, what collection here am I never going to probably really use, or never complete, or have the least connection with? And it was plainly obvious that was my Nintendo DS collection. So I messaged a friend of mine, Steven, over at Thirsty's Flea Market, and we worked out a price which I thought was very fair. It was about half of what the book value was, and he threw a couple trade items in there as well. So I traded all 225 of my Nintendo DS games away to him, and in return I received some money. I'm not going to state what that is here because I'll just keep that between Steven and I, but there were a few items that he threw in as trade, and there were a few items that I purchased with the profits of that money. And the first one I got at Mulvey Flea Market from Wally's booth, and this was Castlevania Lords of Shadow Collection. Not many 360 games I want left, but this one happened to be one of them. It's a double disc, complete in the case, and Wally had it priced at 15, but he ended, well, actually, sorry, you can see there, he had it priced at 16, but we agreed on 10, which was a fair deal. These Wii U games, 2 of them came from Pawn Traders. And Pawn Traders, Neil and I did a bunch of game hunting this week, and one of our stops was Pawn Traders on Main, and they did 3 for $10. 2 of these games are here, and one of them is with the Xbox games. So the first one I got for $3 was 007 Legends for the Wii U. Neil said this is actually a really good game. So, and it actually holds some value, so I'm glad that I got it for $3. And Mass Effect 3 Special Edition for the Wii U, again for $3. I'm actually have a trade lined up for this one already, which I'll talk about next week. This one was part of the trade with Graham at his store, so I got that Samurai Swords board game, the Alf book, and then I ended up throwing in $5 for this, so essentially this was $5, and this is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. He had it priced at 20, but we ended up adding 15, and I gave him 5. And Neil ended up giving me this for free because he ended up buying the complete big box set from Graham, but already had the game, so he gave it to me for free. It's Skylanders Imaginators. I'll just throw it in the Wii U collection. Not a lot of interest in it. Okay, these 3 guys were, strangely enough, at Play and Trade. Now, I've been going to Play and Trade for many, many years now, and unfortunately their prices are a little on the high side for certain games. But I did notice they had some Atari 2600 games that were relatively fair priced. I'm going to repeat that, sorry, Atari 7800 games. So right on the back there for 99 cents, I ended up getting Karateka, I think is how you say it, I'm not sure. It's an Atari 7800 game. I don't own a 7800, but for $1 I'll grab it if I ever do get one. And these 2 were $3 a piece for the ColecoVision, and this is Super Action Baseball. Unfortunately, I already own this. I don't really have a ColecoVision inventory, and I do now, but I didn't when I was in the store. And Turbo for the ColecoVision. This one I did need. Yeah, so those are those pickups there. Neil and I, again, when we did our big game hunting day, because again, I took about $100 from the money I made and said, I'm going to go buy some games with that $100. And so this was one of those, and it's for $5. See right there at Cobra Collectibles. I ended up getting Tom and Jerry for the Game Gear. Just another title off my list. Not sure if it's a good one or not, but we'll have to try it out. This one was, man, you know, in the immortal words of the Game Chasers, Neil caught me slipping on this one. We went into Elvis Pawn on Main Street, and we were looking around at the games, and there was really nothing there, but I noticed behind the counter he had a big box of N64 and Super Nintendo games, and he pulls them out, and I start looking through the N64 games, and I noticed the prices were pretty high in all of them. So at the back he had a boxed GoldenEye, and I just in my mind I just assumed that it was expensive, and Neil grabs it and he's got it at 20, which was totally fair for a boxed, really good condition GoldenEye. So Neil got me slipping on that one, but this one he had priced at 10, but he ended up doing both games for 24, so this was actually $4. So again, he had it at 10, but it was actually $4. And this is Disney's Tarzan for the Nintendo 64. Just add to my collection. We stopped by Economy Pawn on Main Street, and for $5, see the price right there, I added a Super Nintendo game to the collection called We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. Not really sure much about this game. It was funny because he had two copies. One was 15, one was 5, and I don't know why. The labels were the same, but either way, I grabbed it. Now, one eBay order this week, and it was a game called Buck Fever for the Wii. I purchased this one off eBay to add to my collection with some of my still remaining profits, which are dwindling down. Okay, this guy here was part of that 3 for $10 at Pawn Trader. So for $3, I got Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open for the Xbox original. Don't know much about it, but again, $3. Boost up my original Xbox collection. These three here, get them here now. 2 for $5 at Broadway Pawn. So for $2.50, I got the Italian Job for the original Xbox complete in the case. And for $2.50, I got Disney's The Haunted Mansion for the original Xbox, both complete in the case. This was part of our big game hunting day that I did with Neil. These 3 Xbox games I got from a place called Video King. This is what it's called, on Narin. It's on Narin Region, one of those streets. He had these all at, they were doing a sale 75% off video games, so these were actually worked out. It was $8 for the 3 of them, so essentially it worked out to like $2.75 a game. I got FIFA Street for the original Xbox, complete in the case. Sorry, close there. I got Test Drive, the original. Now I have all the Test Drive games. This one was missing the manual, but again, $2 and roughly 75 cents. And the Hustle Detroit Streets. Again, just add into the Xbox original collection. If they're cheap, I will certainly add them. This one I got at Play and Trade. They had it at $4.99, $5. And it's Blood Omen 2 for the original Xbox complete in the case. I had Blood Omen 1, so now I have both of them. $5 seemed like a reasonably fair price, so we did it. This one was at Pawn Traders. It was actually free because they ended up doing 7 for $20, and then they just threw this in. Neil ended up getting 6 other games, and I got this one, so Roadkill. This was actually on my wanted list. It's missing the manual, but it's somewhat uncommon. You don't see it all the time. Not expensive, but just kind of somewhat uncommon. Okay, we're getting close to the end here now. Neil and I went to Mulvey, and one of my favorite vendors there, right by the door, had a big stack of Nintendo Powers, and they were mint. And I said, how much do you want? He goes, $3 each. And I said, well, if I buy a bunch, would you do $2 each? He said, sure. So I got all these for $15, and I don't have any of these. Star Tropics, the first one. And they're all mint with the posters still. I got Super Mario World, Volume 28. Thankfully, I have my collection cataloged, so I knew which ones I needed. I left about 6 of them there that I already had. Volume 29, Star Trek. Volume 20, Mega Man 3. This one actually has a little bit of writing on the front, but otherwise it's in decent shape. Volume 25, Battletoads. Yeah, I got some original NES ones here. Volume 22, Metal Storm. And last but not least, Volume 27, Mega Man in Dr. Wily's Revenge. So those are Nintendo Powers to add to the collection. almost at the end here, I was at John's booth at Thirsty's Flea Market, and he had two games I was interested in. The first one was, he had it priced, I took it off. He had it priced at $35, and he had the other game priced at $12, and I said, would you do $30 for both? And he said, sure, we could definitely do that. So essentially I got about, what did I get, about $12 off. The first one is a strange one, because when I was going to start cataloging my ColecoVision collection, this one came up as one of the rarest games. The app has it at like $250, but on eBay they're going for about $60. Either way, I got a good deal, and that is the Double Ender Robin Hood and Sir Lancelot. It's one of these strange cartridges. I've seen them before. I think Chuck Norris has one where like you can play two different games. But yeah, so essentially this was all profits from those DS games, but essentially for $20 I got this with that one, and for $10 I got a copy of Sports TV Basketball for the Turbografx 16. Now you might be asking yourself, why did you get a Turbografx 16? Well, one of the trade items I made with Steven was for a Turbografx 16. So there's the console there, it's in very good condition. Came with one controller and all of the hookups. I hooked it up, tested it, works great. So I've pretty much knocked off all the consoles I really want for my collection, and the only reason I got the basketball game was to test it out because it didn't come with any games. And thankfully, it did work. The only consoles I'd still like to get is a working Sega CD. I have a broken one, so I'd like to get a working Sega CD and a Philips CDI. Not a rush on that one because they're very expensive, very obscure. I did own one at one point, but again, it was broken. So yeah, I'd eventually like to get those two. So either way, really good pickup, and thanks again, Steven, for that trade. Last game of the day, maybe one of the better pickups besides the Turbografx 16. This game had been sitting in John's booth for years, and I had walked by it so many times, and even said to Neil on multiple occasions, one day when I have some extra cash, I'll buy it. Not because I really collect for this system, because I don't. It's just because this game is an interesting oddity, and John has had it priced at $65 forever. So on the day that I sold my DS games, I had some money. I said, hey, would you take 50? He said, sure. So for $50, well, I can show you the price there. He had it at 65. But for the, which is roughly the starting price. But for $50, I got Action 52 on the Sega Genesis. Loose cartridge, but I don't care. I have Action 52 on the NES, which is much more obscure. I just wanted to own both of them. So I now have Action 52 for both the NES and for the Sega Genesis. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. That's all the pickups for today. As usual, I will post my total of how much I spent and how much everything is estimated worth. I use Canadian dollars, and I go off of eBay sold listings or video game price charting prices for video games. And if I can't find something, I usually just don't include it and put a question mark beside it, as you might have already noticed. All right, time for the winner of the contest. So, if your name appears up in the corner here, you are the winner, and I will be contacting you. And after about an hour of going through all the names, entering them into the randomizer, and putting it through, I'll put the timestamp here as well. Take a look right up here in the corner, and you'll see the winning name is right there. So congratulations, and thank you for everyone who entered this contest. All the support has been amazing. This channel hasn't even been around for a year, and I've already gone from 0 to 300 plus followers in a very short period of time, and I only hope to keep growing the channel. So again, as always, subscribe if you haven't done so. Smash the like button to show some support. Comment below with anything you might want to say, and share with friends, family, other people to spread the channel around. It was extremely nice this week because I received a very positive comment from one of my subscribers who said that he really enjoys my videos and he watches them with his kids, and he just really gets excited when I post a new video, which is the same way I feel with a lot of YouTubers that I watch. So it was super nice to hear that comment, so thank you for the feedback. And I also had some negative feedback for this week where someone basically said that I was, what's the word? I was basically being gimmicky by giving away games. I think he referred to it as e-begging. I was e-begging people by giving away a free game. Maybe he's right, I don't know. I said from day one that I was going to give away a game every 100 subscribers, and I continue to do that. So keep watching and enter your name. And if giving away games is gimmicky, then I guess I'm super gimmicky, and that's all good with me. Once again, guys, stay safe out there. That COVID is not going away, so if you are game hunting, take the best precautions you can. And otherwise, we'll talk to you next week. Awesome to see everyone again. Bye now.